Ahoy, mateys! Today we're going to learn about the distributive property. So what you're going to do is apply and understand the distributive property. You might be thinking, what is the distributive property? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, you're going to learn about it. So it's likely you've used the distributive property before and you didn't even know it. Let me go back to my first slide here. Okay, there we go. Distributive property can be used to do mental math and also to simplify algebraic expressions. It is often written in that formula, A parentheses B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. You might be like, I don't get that. You will, just wait. All right, so we're going to do a problem just to see how this distributive property thing works. Okay, without paper, without pencil, without writing in the air, without using a calculator, figure out what 7 times 13 is. You might even want to close your eyes and just picture it in your head. What is 7 times 13 done with only your brain? Okay, well, if you said 91, you're correct. And it's likely you used the distributive property and you didn't even know it. If you multiplied 7 times 10, which is 70, and then multiplied 7 times 3, which is 21, and then added them together, 70 plus 21 is 91, that is a distributive property. Because what you did was you broke up 13 into 10 and 3. You did 7 times 10 and the 7 times 3. You added them together. Voila, magic. All right. So let's go through some examples. All right, so use the distributive property and mental math. Again, no calculators, no paper, no pencil, no writing with your finger in the air. So find 8 times 53 using only your brain. Good luck. Hopefully you did 8 times 50. Why is my clicky not working? There we go. So hopefully you broke up 53 into 50 and 3. You do 8 times 50 and 8 times 3. So you have to multiply the 8 by both parts of them, and then you all add them together. So 8 times 5 is 40, so you just add the 0. So 8 times 50 is 400. 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 times 53 is 424. Amazing! Thank you, distributive property. You're welcome. All right, next example. You can also use distributive property when you don't know what things are. So this is the second part where you use distributive property not just for mental math, but to simplify algebraic expressions. So here we have 4 times the quantity of n plus 5. We got to distribute the 4 times the n. We also have to distribute the 4 times the 5. So we do 4 times n, and we do 4 times 5, and we add them together because that's a plus sign right there. So 4 times n, you can just write it as 4n. 4 times 5 is 20. That is simplified. So because this one has an n next to it, so we have 4n, and 20 is just a constant, we can't add those together. Okay, so that is our final simplified answer, 4n plus 20. Okay, try B on your own. So 12 times the quantity 2y minus 3. Good luck. So hopefully you did 12 times 2y and 12 times 3. We'll throw in the minus sign a little bit later. Don't worry about the plus and minus when you're doing the multiplying part. So 12 times 2y is 12 times 2 is 24 times y. So it's 24y. 12 times 3 is 36. It's being subtracted, so it's minus 36. And we are done. It is 24y minus 36. That's the simplified version of this thing right here. Okay, C is a little tricky. Okay, good luck. We'll see what you come up with, and then we'll go over the answer. All right, so hopefully you did 9 times 6, and 9 times x, and 9 times 2. Okay, so far so good, hopefully. If you have questions, stop by, and we'll help you on demand, or send us an email. So 9 times 6 is 54, 9 times x is 9x, and 9 times 2 is 18. But we're not done, because the 54 and the 18, both constants, can be combined together. So then we are going to rearrange them using the commutative property of addition. So we're allowed to rearrange things when we add. That's the commutative property of addition. And then we can add up the 54 and the 18. And our final answer would be 9x plus 72. That is the most simplified version of this thing up here. Okay, moving on. So your job is to simplify each of these expressions, and then we'll go over them. We'll see how you do. This is called combining like terms. So you can put constants with constants, and you can put variables with like variables. So if you have like 5m plus 7m, you would get 12m. You're allowed to put those together. But if you have like 5x plus 3y, you can't add those together because x's don't go with y's. It just works that way. All right, so A, go for it. Good luck. Let's see how you did. So 3x plus 2x, you can put those together. And again, when you're adding, you can rearrange things, and it's fine. So the 3x and the 2x, you can put them next to each other. And then you have the plus 9 and the minus 5. So you have plus 9 and minus 5 next to each other. That's the commutative property of addition, rearranging. And then 3x plus 2x is 5x, and 9 minus 5 is 4. So our final answer, simplified, is 5x plus 4. Hopefully you did that well. Okay, B is actually a little easier. You have to remember there's an invisible coefficient in front of each of these y's. So what is y plus y plus y? Okay, you might be tempted to say y to the third, but it's not. It is just 3y. So remember, and this is a simple property, the multiplication property of 1. When you multiply something by 1, it's still the something. So we have 3 y's all added together. 3y, done. Okay. And the last one, we got to do a little distributive property first. Okay, so we have to deal with parentheses first all the time. That's order of operations. So what do you get when you first just distribute this 2? So first distribute the 2. What do you get? All right, so when you distribute the 2, you get 7z plus 2z minus 2 times 5y. So this 2 gets distributed to both of these things. The 7z just kind of hangs out in front. All right, so now we have to simplify it further. What is the final simplified form of this? Okay, so when you multiply the 2 times z, you get 2z. When you multiply the 2 times 5y, you get 10y being subtracted. And then you can still combine the 7z plus the 2z to give you 9z. It's taking a little while. There we go. 9z minus 10y. That is the final answer. Okay, now we have a story problem. I'm not going to have... little OJ. Okay. Delicious. I'm not going to have you come up with all these yourself. These are a little difficult. But so I'll explain the question. So Jose is X years old. His brother, Felipe, is 2 years older than Jose. So if Jose is X and Felipe is 2 years older than that, you could say that Felipe is X plus 2. Their aunt, Maria, is 3 times as old as Felipe. And remember, Felipe was X plus 2. Write and simplify an expression that represents Maria's age in years. So they've created this handy-dandy little tool to help you understand all of this. Look it over, and I'll put a little comment or pause or something in here so you can look it over. If you have questions, make sure to come see us about these. And then your job is to take this expression here and simplify it. So it wants a simplified expression for Maria's age, which is this right here. Okay, so you distribute 3 times x and 3 times 2. You get 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. 3x plus 6. Again, this has a variable. This is a constant. You cannot combine them. Don't write 9x. That's very bad. Don't ever do that. So it's just 3x plus 6. Done. That is Maria's age as an expression. Okay, now we have 3 problems to practice. And then you'll be on your own after this on your own to do big ideas. So I'll put all 3 of these up here. So question 7, what is simplified 7 times the quantity a plus 2? Oops, it showed all 3 of them. Look at that, unbelievable. All right, well, there we go. This video was getting too long anyway. If you have any questions about any of these answers or how to get them or anything about the distributive property, make sure to stop in during on-demand time or go to Mrs. Rood's ASC help, which you can find on our slideshow or in the ASC link on Clever, or send us an email or make a Flipgrid video. There's many ways to get help. Okay, so now your job is to find either the mild or spicy version of 3.4a. You'll do that today. Tomorrow, unless you're watching this video late, which of course you're not, then tomorrow you'll be doing 3.4b, okay, either mild or spicy. That one's not due until Monday. So if you're going to retake the Chapter 1 test or the Chapter 2 fraction or decimal tests, you might want to do those tomorrow instead of 3.4b, and then do 3.4b when you're done with the retakes. All right. I hope this all made sense. If you have any questions about the distributive property, feel free to email me.